Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. I believe this is quite an incredible day for our country. To be completely honest, I was a little bit emotional before making this video. I try not to be emotional on camera, but I was a little bit emotional before making this video because I do believe this is a historic day for our country for three reasons. Reason number one, today is a rollout of the vaccine. Whether you take the vaccine or not is besides the point. The rollout of the vaccine is the first step towards recovery. And I do believe that as the efficacy of the vaccine is proven, as more people take the vaccine, it'll create a chain reaction and a cascading effect where the ones who are skeptical will indeed start to take the vaccine. If you're highly skeptical, that's entirely your decision now. So that's the first reason. The second reason, like I reported, breaking news alert on our channel, 270 electoral college votes for President-elect Biden are now confirmed. I did report that earlier on our channel as a breaking news story. And by the end of the night, it is projected that President-elect Biden will have over 300 electoral college votes, similar to what President Trump had 4 years ago. And President Trump at that time called it a landslide. Number three, I believe, and by the way, I watched the entire hour long, it was an hour long, almost an hour long press conference by the bipartisan group of senators who have put together a $748 billion package. I call this a Part 1 package, which leaves out state and local aid, which leaves out liability protection, which were the areas of contention, just in the interest of getting something done. I do believe that this package will be a Christmas miracle. Now, let me be clear. This does not include stimulus checks, so it is by no means is it a perfect package. But unfortunately, based on the gridlock in Congress, it is the best we have right now. Could Congress have done more? Yes. Should Congress have done more? Yes. Are we interested in their haggling? Are we interested in who takes credit? We're not. For us, it's about putting food on the table. It's about keeping the lights on. It's about paying rent. But what we have now, and you see this tweet on your screen from Jeff Stein from the Washington Post. Here's a one-page summary of the $748 billion bill that's been proposed by several lawmakers, both Republicans and Democrat senators, that was unveiled today. This excludes the areas of contention, state and local aid, and the liability shield. And as more details come out, I'll be sure to present them to you. But you'll see this document on your screen, which shows you the summary. There is going to be an extension of all unemployment assistance for 16 weeks with supplemental $300 per week. Presumably, this is my interpretation, means that PUA and PEUC will also be extended, and there'll be a federal booster of $300 per week. There'll be $300 billion for the SBA for a second round of the Paycheck Protection Program. There'll be money for food assistance, the SNAP program. There'll be money for COVID-related impacts on farmers, ranchers. There'll be $25 billion. This is important for emergency rental assistance and extension of eviction moratorium. There'll be extension of student loan forbearance up until the 1st of April 2021. And there'll be a lot of there'll be money for testing, tracing, and treatment. There'll be a lot of money for different things that are important within the larger context of the economy. So we'll provide you with a link to this document in the description section below, so you can definitely check that out. But I think what is really important, and you'll see this tweet on your screen from Ernie Tedeschi, and Ernie is a former US Treasury economist focusing on fiscal, monetary, and labor policy. And Ernie Tedeschi said that families in the bottom third are still earning 17% less in wages and salaries than last November. And the vast majority of this is because a lot of individuals have lost their jobs entirely, rather than workers actually staying employed and essentially getting pay cuts. Also, keep in mind that if you lose your job, the chances of you taking another job that pays less and that is not commensurate with your skill level out of sheer desperation are higher. Let's pull up this image on your screen provided by Ernie Tedeschi. Most of the aggregate earners loss among the bottom third have come from lost jobs. Year-on-year percentage change in aggregate weekly earnings among workers in the bottom third of family income. So let's take a look at the section in orange. This shows the effect from wage changes among workers who are employed. So basically, among workers who are employed, they're doing fine. You can see that they're sort of in the upper part of the equation, and the blue portion shows effects from flows in and out of employment. So the bottom line is, if you're not employed, the aggregate earnings loss is significantly more, and you can see this difference over the past few months. Just incredible. Here's a tweet on your screen from Emily Cochran. She reports on Congress for the New York Times, and she provided us with summaries and section by section sort of an analysis from the bipartisan group, which was split into two parts, like I reported earlier today. And we'll provide you with with this sort of framework so you can check it out for yourself. And I did allude to some of it earlier. And so there's another document that you'll see on your screen right now, which says Emergency assistance for American families, workers, and small businesses, 748 billion. So we have those blue lines. That kind of gives you a sense of where the funding is going. And this is just a general outline. Guys, keep in mind that this is a full piece of legislation. Now you're wondering, is Mitch going to accept this? Guys, look, we can focus on what's included. That's fine. An inexperienced person looks at the what. An experienced person looks at the why and the how. An inexperienced person will focus on, what's in the bill, what's in the, this, that, and the other. I'm going to focus on the forest. I'm not going to get stuck in the trees. Let's talk end game here. Number one, important senators from both sides of the aisle are supporting this. Important, powerful, influential senators, not just the two dudes from the Problem Solvers Caucus, Tom Reed and Josh Gottheimer. But I want to be as clear as I can. Tom Reed and Josh Gottheimer deserve full credit for getting us here. I'm going to say this one more time. Tom Reed and Josh Gottheimer deserve full credit for getting us here. They had a bill prior to the election that was $1.5 trillion. That was essentially shooed away. It was, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi just shooed them away. Now everyone's taking them seriously because it's post-election, because there's a recalibration of events, and most importantly, because this pandemic is still surging. So where are we right now? Where the $900 billion is being agreed upon. So again, I believe that this is going to go forward. Number one, because important Republican senators and Democratic senators are behind this. Number two, I'll actually analyze the hour-long press conference that they did. It was very encouraging. There was a lot of, kumbaya in the press conference. But I'm optimistic. I'm encouraged by it, and I do believe that we will see a Christmas miracle. If you call $300 a week for 16 weeks and a lack of stimulus checks a miracle, so that's what we have right now. But I do believe that there is reason to be optimistic, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the economy is struggling right now. So I'm not going to focus on 16 billion here, 20 billion there. You're on my channel for the big picture, so I can help you read between the lines. Here's another tweet on your screen from Jeff Stein, and Jeff Stein reports that student loan forbearance would be extended. And here are some more details about the $25 billion on your screen that would be allocated for food, that would be allocated for nutrition. As you can see on your screen, temporary assistance and individual SNAP program benefits by 15%, expands the pandemic EBT program, and you see all of this information on your screen. Again, we'll provide you with a link to all of this in the description section below, so you can check it out for yourself. Now let's get into specific comments from specific lawmakers, both Republicans and Democrats, who actually spoke today during the press conference that was conducted today. And I got to tell you, again, I was very encouraged by it. But before I show you that, let's take a look at the White House's position, the official White House position from the White House Press Secretary, Kayleigh McEnany. But before I show you that, I want to be as clear as I can. The White House position is just a position. The stimulus checks are not in the bill. That's number one. Number two, I want to be as clear as I can. This is an actual piece of legislation. If the Senate Majority Leader decides this is good, this can get a vote on the floor of the Senate tomorrow. This is an actual bill. I'm going to repeat this again. This can get a vote on the floor of the Senate tomorrow. And I'm not the one who said it. One of the senators during this hour-long press conference said it. I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole thing for you guys. And I'm giving you guys the bottom line. I'll actually be breaking it down as well. So again, there are two things that are important. Number one, this is supported by both Republicans and Democrats, and they're extremely powerful. Number two, this is a final polished piece of legislation. It's no longer just a framework. It's no longer just an outline, although what I showed you was the outline. It's an actual big stack. It's a big stack of paper. It's an actual piece of legislation. I know that the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is going to support this, although we have some individuals like Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley still pushing for stimulus checks. I don't think it's going to go anywhere based on what I've seen. I believe if the Senate Majority Leader decides to vote for this on the floor of the Senate tomorrow, I do believe that by the end of the week, this will be a done deal. It all depends on the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell. Now, let's take a look at the White House Press Secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, and see the emphasis of the White House on direct stimulus checks, even though there is no mention of it in the Senate. In short, I think that the White House is engaging in wishful thinking at this point of at this stage of the game. But most stranger things have happened this year. Let's take a look at what the White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany says. Let's roll the tape.
We also want the money to go directly to the American people in forms of direct payment checks, not siphoned through state and local governments where it never really sees the light of day. So that's our priority. But come on, Nancy Pelosi, come get serious and negotiate with us. That's what we're asking for.
Yeah, and you know, we can look at this in a bipartisan manner too. It takes two sides of the bicameral chamber to talk about these things. Maybe they can use their powers of persuasion to get us going forth, because the vaccine is rolling and they're going to need that money to distribute it.
That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. So please make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications so you get instant updates about our videos. You'll also get notified whenever we do any live streams. So make sure you please click like, please click subscribe, please enable notifications. That's your vote of confidence in us, and that really helps out the YouTube algorithm. I would really appreciate that. Just gently tap that like button. Don't ignite it, and don't smash your screen. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, because I want you to be able to watch our videos. But the name of our channel is Ignition Time. Now keep in mind, you can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you'll get added to our SMS alerts list moving forward. You can opt out of the SMSs at any point in time that you want. Now keep in mind, you can also get added to our email list. Simply go ahead and go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. You can get added to our email list. When you're on our SMS list or our email list, there are two major advantages. One, you'll get breaking news and alerts from us about matters that are important to the country, matters that are important to the economy, and matters that are important to your money. So make sure you get added to our list. Also, you will get important information if we ever release any training programs on how to make money, save money, and invest money. And you can opt out of those SMS alerts or those email alerts at any point in time that you want. No worries about that. Keep in mind that YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So make sure you simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time, and then you can visit the home page of our channel and check out our videos at any point in time that you want. You're not dependent on alerts from YouTube, because sometimes they get delayed. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. You'll get exclusive news and content on Instagram. Also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is the exact same handle, ignition_time. On Twitter, you'll get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. So make sure you do that. I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to comment below. Our community is growing rapidly. It's intelligent, it's respectful, it's bipartisan. You'll probably make some new friends in our community. So make sure you comment below. Also, please share this video with friends and family, because then hopefully we can grow our community with your help. I do need your help to grow our community. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you'll find a link to all of our resources in the description section below. So make sure you check out all of our resources. I really appreciate you watching. Again, don't forget to click like, click subscribe. Please enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.